What kind of say? Guess who's back? Your boy. And today I'll be reviewing Bantu Spaceship by Bantu Spaceship. An album, in my opinion, that is worth a Grammy. And if you read the title, I really mean that. If you're watching this, guys, please leave a like, because your like really matters in your... It's an album that really leans heavy on sonics, but it doesn't really downplay the fact that there is a bit of substance and depth in its lyricism and vocal arrangements. The sonics are pretty much leaning towards EDM, but because it incorporates a lot of local and African sounds, fight as Afro Tech, and the local sounds, it really does a good job at incorporating it with that electro. For instance, on songs like, you know, Mondoro, which samples a very local, very beloved Chimurenga song, which is Mondoro, and that sample has to be one of the best samples of that song, because that song has been sampled for days, and that sample is outstanding. There's a bit of Maskandi, I would say, on songs like, you know, Masiva, The Arrival, and there's also a bit of Bantu GT, 90s, 80s JIT, Bundu Boys JIT, on songs like, you know, Don't Break. There are songs where they even, you know, tap into Sungura with Bantu Sungura, literally, which is a song that incorporates Sungura, a local Zimbabwean sound, with the EDM vibe it's going for. So it's pretty much an Afro, and it really does a good job at making those sonics pop, you know. It's pretty much predominantly an EDM album, but because it incorporates a lot of African and local sounds, I would say it is an electro tech, Afro Tech album. In terms of sonics, it's pretty much an Afro Tech album, but it leans heavy into local relatable sounds, so that makes it a standout album. Yes, EDM, African sounds, these things have been done before, but not done the way Uleni and Josh did on Bantu Spaceship. This is an album that is really in its own lane, to be fair with you, because the way they then arrange the vocals on that EDM, electro, Afrotech vibe is extraordinary, because the vocals were pretty much done by Uleni and then one other feature, which I cannot pronounce the name, I'm sorry. But Uleni has this poetic way of lacing his vocals that is not preachy, but also is deep but not deep, poetic in a way, and he manages to deliver those vocals in a way that accommodates the sonics. Because this album is a sonic heavy album, I really think that the decision not to make it an overly vocal album was good, because it lets the sonics shine. And when the instance where Uleni pulls up with the vocals, he really smashes it out of the park. There is balance between the vocalist and instrumentalist, which is Josh and Uleni, and they seem to understand each other's vibes. For instance, Arrival to Masiva is literally just a 3-minute long vibration of vibes, no vocals, nothing, a continuation. It laces a lot of, you know, Sungura and Maskandi in there, and it takes you on a really dope journey. Another upside of this album is definitely its coherence. You know, there's a track called Journey to Masiva, and there is Arrival to Masiva, which sounds like a journey to Masiva, which talks about going back home, and then you arrive to Masiva, where you are greeted with jubilation, ululation. There is a lot of coherence in this album, and I feel like the intentionality of the whole project takes the cake for me, because everything that was done on this album was intentional. Less vocals, more sonics. You know, we're going to start from this point and end at this point. Really is an extraordinary album for me personally. I believe that this album definitely deserves a Grammy. I'm feeling like a heavy 9. I would have given it a 10 if it was more than 10 tracks. For me, really, I feel like this is becoming a reason on every review I do. For me, really, the downside is it's too short, you know. but it's a 9 out of 10 for me. Heavy 9 out of 10. Check out the album, make sure you stream the album, and also make sure you like the video, guys, so that we get to reach a lot more people, because your like matters. Your like matters. It gives us some edge in the algorithm. If you like this review, leave a comment. What do you think about the album? If you listen to it, check it out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. We out.